So the data is flowing into the system. Let's try to understand now what the production is, how it's aggregated. The signal itself, the production signal, can jump back and forth from a small value to a large value, then go back to a low value. OPC and PLCs tends to reset themselves. Sometimes unpredictable things may happen to them. What we try to do in PackOS is we try to analyze the input and figure out what the actual increase of the production is. To do that, we observe each individual jump. There are several algorithms here that can either reject or accept the new value of the counter. In this documentation page, you can read through them, but what I wanted to focus on, actually only one important parameter here that you need to be aware of. If we go to the properties of each individual machine, you will find something called max instantaneous performance. This is the value saying actually how fast the products can leave the machine for the count to be still accepted. Imagine that if we observe a very small value and then a jump to a high value of the counter. So let's say an increase of 1,000 products. To understand whether this increase is actually feasible or not, PackOS needs to know at what speed are the products actually leaving the machine. What is important here is actually the location of the photocell, because if the products can queue before the photocell and then leave all at once, let's say that 10 products are being queued before the count and then leave all at once, we'll see an increase of 10 products in a matter of seconds. This will drive this parameter saying that actually a short increase of 10 products in a matter of seconds is actually feasible. But for example, 50 products leaving in the same time is not feasible. This value will be usually around the design performance of the machine. So we use that parameter if the max instantaneous performance is not provided. Now that we know what an accepted counter is, let's see what happens next. So the counter or photocell value change is here at the bottom of this diagram. Photocell value change is here at the bottom of this diagram. We've already talked about what a performance guard, what the valid increase actually means, and how we use the performance to validate that. The state guard will be checking that based on the current state of the machine, and we'll cover that in next videos where I tell you more about the downtimes and the tags for them. But let's say it was accepted and we have our increase in machine production. This value then, if the machine is selected as base quantity machine, will go to the line level. Usually it means it will need to be converted to a different unit. To do that, we'll use unit conversion matrix, which is defined for each SKU. Then we get the line level production. And finally, the same unit conversion matrix can be used to calculate the order level production. So as you can see, all of those three elements of the system, the machine, the line, and the order, can have completely different units. Let's see where we can define those units and how we can define those unit conversions. Now, if I jump to settings, units, I will see a list of units available in the system. Though this is the dictionary and the meaning of all of the units that will be available in different parts of the system. If I jump back to the settings for the filler, you can remember that I set BL as the unit of the counter. Now the filler itself also uses that unit. Now the line uses the same unit, BL. If you want to change it, you need to go to advanced properties and click here on edit and provide a different value. Let's say cartons. So right now the machine is counting in BL, bottles, but the line itself will be counting in cartons. And what we need to do is provide this conversion between bottles and cartons. This will be specific to a product. Because, for example, we can pack one product in a carton of 4 and different product in a carton of 6. To do that, let's jump to items and define these two items. I will call it 6-pack. Go to packing structure and say that one carton is 6 bottles and go and add a new product, 4-pack. And for that, 1 carton will contain just 4 bottles. These 2 products now define what I call unit conversion matrix. Now, if any of them are running on the line, this unit conversion matrix will be used to calculate the new production value. To understand how to enable unit conversion matrix, we'll need to first talk about orders, so we'll cover that later. But just keep in mind that this unit conversion is defined here, and all of the counters, all of the machines and all of lines needs to define what is the base unit that they produce in. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is that in all of the settings that you will find in a system related to the production will usually come with a unit defined. Now, for example, the short performance needs both the production unit, let's say BL, and the time unit that will be calculated. It will be calculated in. The production unit here, I can use any of the production units that I define in the packing structure. But remember that if PackOS is unable to convert the new production observed in the counter to a desired unit, it will just say 0. So if I say that my short performance is in kilograms, and I have not defined what the kilogram means in terms of bottle, so the short performance will be still 0. Same applies, for example, to the design speed. I can provide a design speed in any unit I want, as long as I also remember to provide it in the packing structure. So the simplest configuration will be to use, the same unit everywhere, in counters, on the line level, and in orders. Now, if I want to use a different unit at any point in time, I need to remember to update all of the SKUs that will be running on this line and provide this conversion. Okay, so finally, let's try to observe how the production is increasing. If I open my line, I can click on production here, and I will see hour by hour what was the production increase in each of them. So for example here, at 12 o'clock, we register additional 13 bottles.